Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've last posted anything, but with this craziness going on in the world right now, it's a bit like everyone's trying to stay afloat really, aren't they? And just remain positive and take each day as it comes, I guess. That's all we can do right now. So yeah, I thought I would come back with a video and talk about latest, most recent comp that I did. It was back in March. It was the Rainhill Trials. This was my second CrossFit competition, but it was my first individual competition. This has been recommended to me from a few people at the gym. They said, oh, it's a good one to start with. So I thought, let's give it a go. I decided to volunteer back in November. They had a mixed pairs comp going on, so I volunteered for that. So basically, you volunteer for the 2 days, and that enables you to have a place guaranteed at the Rainhill Trials, and you get your place half price. So rather than £60, it's £30. A lot of people don't really think about volunteering because obviously you need to drive, depending on where you are, you need to head up to Manchester for the 2 days, help out, and then get your spot. It is a long 2 days as well. It's full day from, well, I live in Nottingham, so I had to leave at about 5 in the morning. I need to be there for 7. The day didn't finish till about 6, and then obviously I had to drive back again. And I was part of the equipment crew, so I was helping getting everything set for the day and making sure that all the equipment was out and ready for each event. So with Rainhill, you have to actually enter a ballot to be within the chance of actually competing on the day. So they released the ballot months before the actual event, and then you get selected. So it's pot luck basically. You put your name in and hope for the best. And then from there they release seedings that you have to do. So there's a variety of workouts that you need to complete, and then you enter your score. Rainhill is run over 3 days. On the Friday they do the wood category, male and female. The Saturday they do the Kennedy, male and female category, and on the Sunday they do the rocket category, which is male and female again. So based on your seeding results, you are then put into one of those categories. I think they have up to 120 people, male and female, per day. They tell you way in advance so you can plan. I got my seedings done just before I went to the Dominican Republic. I had to get them done before I go away because I thought I'm not going to be able to get them done while I'm away, and I didn't have time to do them when I got back, and I didn't want to rely on the equipment in the gym hotel to be able to do them. So I thought, let me just get them done, they're out of the way. And everyone was kind of like, oh my god, you've done them so quick. I'm like, I've got no choice, I'm going away in a week or so. So I got them all done. I was happy with the majority of them. Some I thought I could have done a little bit better, but it's just one of those things. The results were released on the day we actually went down to watch Strength in Depth. And I ended up competing on the Friday, which I was happy about. I'm just over a year into CrossFit and I'm nowhere near at the level to be competing on a Saturday or a Sunday yet. I know that. I felt this was a good baseline to see what I could improve on for my next comp and things that I can focus on in training when I got back to the gym. I'm going to talk you through the day of Rainhill. So we actually decided to go up on the day rather than going up the night before, just for costs and everything. One of the guys from the gym actually said he'd drive us down, so we just paid him petrol money. We left at about 5:30 in the morning. We needed to be there for 8 for briefing, so we wanted to have enough time to relax, warm up and everything. So once we arrived, we went straight into the arena, checked in, got our athlete wristbands, and actually this year Rainhill did a plaque that you got, which had your name on, your gym, and I think it had the date on actually as well, and just Rainhill Trials. So that was a nice souvenir to take home from my first comp, something to remember. So yeah, we went into the stand, sat down, put our stuff down, and then they called an athlete briefing just to go over the movement standards for the first 2 or 3 WODs I think they went through, just so you knew what you can and can't do and what the judges are looking for reps wise. So the first WOD was an ascending ladder, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc. up of cleans and bar over burpees. You had this is a 3-minute AMRAP for part A, to get as many rounds as you can completed in that 3-minute time cap. And then straight after the 3 minutes, there's no break. It's an 8-minute window, 200-meter run, and you start part A from the beginning, so from reps 2 again of the cleans and the burpees. The weight for the Friday was 25 kg for the women, which I didn't think was too bad, to be fair. I think this was a very gassy workout because of the burpees more so. I think you got the rest on the cleans, and then obviously having that 200-meter run straight after the 3 minutes and no rest, it was like, whoa. So I'm going to insert a clip here.
Let's go, Monique!
So there's got to be an interesting question of pacing on this workout one, sponsored by Nocco. Because the first 3 minutes is scored separately, you do need to push hard, but you don't want to gas out too much, otherwise you're really going to struggle in 1B.
Good job, Monique, keep it up!
Making it look pretty tame at this stage of the competition. Monique in lane 2 finishes her 6 burpees over the bar and starts her 8 cleans.
They had heats basically that everyone went in, male and female. They did the women first and then the men went. So after everyone had been, I just sat down for a bit, had a bit to eat, just reflected on the first WOD, how I felt it went. We're straight into WOD 2. It was a 5-minute time cap to establish a 3-rep max push press. See, I practiced this in the gym and I thought, I had an indication in my head of what I wanted to do. I'd practiced 45 in the gym and it was comfortable, I was happy with it. I managed to do 50, but it was from the rack. I think the thing that people struggled with on this WOD was the fact that you had to clean the weight first and then press it overhead 3 times. So I went into the warm-up area before my heat. I managed to warm up only to 35 because that's all the weights that we had in the area at the time. So I was a little bit like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. Seems I hadn't warmed up to like a decent amount that I wanted to. So after warming up, I went straight onto the floor, ready for my heat. I started off with 40, went to 42.5, went to 45, and then I think I did 50. So after I'd done the 50, I had a minute or 2 left, and I was going in to put the 125s on, make it 52.5, and think, right, I'm happy with that if I can get it. One of the guys who'd come down to support was like, put the 2.5s on, and I'm like, what? Like, I've just done 50, like I've never done 55 in my life. He was like, put them on, and I'm thinking, okay, like, let's go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that can happen is I will not get it. I think the adrenaline like kicked in and I was just like, right, let's go. I did have like 2 failed attempts at it, but it was the last attempt and I got it and I was so happy with it. I'm going to insert a clip here so you can see.
25 seconds remains to complete the 3 reps. 15 seconds.
Yes! Right, let's go! Come on! Last one, let's go!
And then straight after we'd completed that, there was a short couple of minutes that we had to go into WOD 3, which was a 2-minute window of max reps push press. So basically whatever weight you got for your 3-rep max, you had to half that weight. I wasn't really happy with the amount that I got, but I did the best that I could and that's all that matters really. So workout 4 was 3 rounds of 10 deadlifts at 45, 15 wall balls, and then in the remaining time it was an AMRAP of 8 toes to bar, 12 box jumps, and then 24 double unders. So with the category on the Friday, you had the option of scaling down to 16 knee raises instead of toes to bar if you couldn't do them, and you had the option of doing 48 single unders instead of double unders if you couldn't do them as well. I think the good thing as well is that you didn't actually get a penalty if you decided to scale them down. My toes to bar weren't great. I'd practiced a couple of times in the gym. I could string like 2 or 3 together, but they weren't, I wasn't happy with them. So I was really worried going into this workout because I didn't know how it would pay out for me. So I decided, before I even started, I said, right, I'm going to do knee raises just so I know I can get through them. So I'll insert a clip here.
2, 1.
Let's go.
This is 1 round 4. 3 rounds, 10 minutes, 54.
All in all, I did really enjoy Rainhill. I think it was a really good one to do as my first comp. I came away from it with a lot of things that I thought I wanted to improve on and stuff that I knew that I could work on. It's down the best first individual comp for someone to do, just so they can get a feel, of the competition environment and how it all works. A typical day looks like competing. Obviously now, due to COVID-19 going on, I don't know when my next competition will be. I have signed up to a competition in August with one of the girls from the gym, but I feel like that will more than likely be, if not postponed, then cancelled. So I guess just have to wait and see for next year to see what comps are around. But I'm doing as much as I can from home. I managed to get a set of weights just before lockdown started. Got a barbell. I've been working a lot on my mobility because I know that is one thing that I don't do enough of. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you at the next one.